thing. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to the 42 show. And we're starting off tonight right away with some political news for you. And the man who wished he was on the receiving end of Bill Clinton's cigar, Chucker Farlson. Chucker flew into Mordor this week to visit his little buddy, Vladimir Putler. And they spent the day together. They had a private bath in the morning. They had lunch watching the slave laborers be tortured, and then they joined Elon Musk for a little chat in the Dungeon of Drama, formerly known as Twitter. No word yet if the relationship was consummated, but as they say, I'm sure Chucker took one for the team.
Which team is that?
Oh, I'm not sure, actually. I don't know if I want to know. But, welcome to the show. Let's get things going. I think Dunk's going to start us off with something, but I'm not even sure I got them in order. I was pretty rushed getting this going today. So,
let's see what image he brings up when he gets done. Yeah, exactly. So it's good news. It's good news for the flat earthers out there. It turns out you were right. You were right all along. Kind of right. Well, sort of right, but in a small, relatively short period of time of the Earth. But you were right. A scientist may have found proof that the Earth used to be flat. Look at that. Planets form from rings of dust. I'll give you a bit of background here. So planets form from rings of dust and gas surrounding stars, and that's called protoplanetary disks. Scientists reckon this happens when dust particles stick together and combine into larger objects until they grow into planets. A less likely theory is that the protoplanetary disks cool down and turn into lumps that form the planets we know today. This is a much faster process and is known as disk instability. So Dr. Stamilatulos he's ran a supercomputer simulation to determine exactly how our planet might have formed, and found that if the disk instability theory is true, planets don't grow outwards evenly. They turned into oblate spheroids, pretty limited to Smarties. But apparently these are just simulations for the time being. So watch out, flat earthers. Keep up with the news, and no doubt you'll be celebrating. No doubt you'll be taking whatever this guy says as an absolute grain of truth and saying, well, obviously, the Earth never changed shape. It stayed this way all along. I don't know, but it does mean you're going to have an up part of the Earth and the downside of the Earth, unfortunately. So it'd be flat on both sides.
Yeah, gravity remains.
I'll leave that one for you guys to figure out and debate about.
Oh man,
enjoy the moment, flatties.
That's going to go through the flat Earth community like wildfire,
like a dose of salts. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, humans evolved when it was still in smarty mode. Oh, it's going to be crazy. So, how people are developing AI driving cars that you could just jump in and it'll drive off for you and take you places and so on and so forth. And my argument is, well, if you have to pay for the service, we already have that. It's called a taxi. So here's another one. Yeah. Depending on your... But so here's another one I put in that category. Is this needed or just good research that leads to other things? But AI-powered robot guide dogs are being developed for the visually impaired. Now, we have dogs that do this. So why are we making mechanical, robotic, AI-powered dogs? We have dogs.
There is an argument for it because guide dogs take a long time to train, and I guess there've also been confusions with guide dogs when having hallucinations and dragging people into the road and stuff like that. But there is an argument for it. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
not so much of a companion though, is it?
No, I mean. The dog thing, there's the bond and everything. This is just You know, I mean, it's one step away from the little thing in Star Wars that scoots around on the floor in the Empire that you just want to kick. I mean, you know, people wouldn't like a seeing eye dog gets respect from people. This would just be like, you know, oh, did you just come back from Japan? You know, you know, it would take a lot more for society to accept this weird thing, right? You know, people naturally like, oh, there's a dog there. Whereas this would just be, why is this children's toy screwing around and almost trip me?
Well, there's also the argument is like, why does it have to be? If it's going to be like that, why does it have to be a guide dog?
Exactly.
Why can't it be just like an AI Segway that you just plonk the blind person in this can on wheels, and it will just drive them around for them?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I was, getting at is why the dog? You could do more with it, right? You know.
But here's a good reason for it though. Back to seriousness, because if you are waiting on a guide dog, there's usually a waiting list, and so in that time, in that period, you do not have a guide dog. So this could be a great stopgap while you're waiting for your guide dog to be trained, and you can get your guide dog. This will both not only will you can wait for the trained guide dog, but it will also train you in the use of a guide dog. So it might work hand in hand. It might be a good idea.
That's a pretty good point.
Hey, yeah. Sometimes I make them.
Yeah, it's rare, but it happens, you know.
Put the flags up.
Yeah. But not as rare as this person making a good point.
Yes, apparently aliens will descend on Earth within the next decade, according to a former West End star whose career suffered because of his beliefs. Glenn Carter, dun, dun, dun. Glenn Carter is the president of the British Raelian movement. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that right. But the UFO-inspired religion was set up by former... What?
UFO-inspired religion.
Yes, was set up by former French race car journalist Claude Verhayen. I don't know. Anyway, he changed his name, probably my sake, to
I'm sure his mother forced him to, you know.
Yeah, after he claimed to be visited by aliens in 1973, he said an ET descended from a craft in the sky to tell him that all human life was created by aliens from space as a scientific experiment. Rael claims that the alien messengers asked him to become the messenger so he could tell the people of Earth what he had learned. Of course, sweetheart. These teachings eventually struck a chord with Glenn, who became a Raelian when he stumbled upon one of Rael's books called The Final Message, which while rehearsing for Saturday Night Fever at the London Palladium.
As one does. What the hell?
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm an alien. Yeah. So, he later became president of the British Raelian movement, something which he has damaged his acting career, no doubt. He said, my damage has been, my career has been damaged, and I won't allow it to happen to my co-Raelians, which include doctors, a neurobiologist, midwives, several artists, actors, musicians, some students, housewives and house husbands, social workers, businessmen and women, and upsettingly, a government official. To name but a few professionals who are following this mad belief.
It's probably Boris.
Apparently, they say we were created using genetic science and DNA. Well, I think the two go hand in hand. We are the original creations of Elohim, and they observe us and have done so throughout history. They wish to return to us and introduce themselves when we are ready, sometime between now and 2035.
Hello, we're the little green people that made you.
I'm just called our mummy and daddy. They say the Iranians want to build an embassy on Earth for their imminent arrival. A place would be where leaders can meet and share knowledge. Well, they can do that in a roller disco. They don't need an embassy for crying out loud.
Thought they were called sandwich shops, you know?
Yeah, pubs. He said he was initially skeptical of the philosophy, no doubt, but he said the more he read, the more the writing made sense to him. Yeah. Do you know the Earth is flat, mate? We're talking about it, but but embracing it publicly caused his acting career to slide, despite having an impressive CV for his roles in Broadway and West End productions.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but he hopes it will all be vindicated when the aliens arrive on Earth in 2035. By which time he'll be too old to do acting anyway. So sod it. Who cares?
You know, he's set the date at the right amount so that he has enough time to gather good funds and then go, well, I don't know, and then just go retire.
He's explained that negative publicity also aids us in this goal somehow, so we are not frightened by this. However, if we are correct, then possibly one day everyone will follow our philosophy, as it will be seen as the truth of our origins, which means that human beings are the truth of creation, not a god or mythical force, but human men and aliens. Yeah, and aliens. Yeah, so, okay, mate.
Okay, Glenn Carter, we have a message for you from somebody who has actually flown the stars.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
The man said it. Nothing I can do.
Well, either that or come back and watch the show in 2035 when we'll have a alien on as a guest on the show, maybe.
Well, I think the next article is actually one of them growing up, because I want you all to meet Tong Tong, the world's first AI toddler. I said it, and that's what they wrote, and it's true. So this weird AI fake looking photograph is an AI toddler, and it's about 3 to 4 years old, and it's kind of continually improving. And with human interaction and whatnot, Tong Tong can develop skills and knowledge and value. And Tong Tong is capable of learning by itself and may see a level of emotional engagement not yet seen in other AIs. So whoever's engaging with this AI baby, do it properly, because this could literally be the start of the Borg Queen.
Wait, is it a toy?
No, it's being done so that it can be used as a research tool. And then, knowing Tong Tong. So I'm sure it's, being Japanese, it'll be for sale in 6 months. Yeah, probably with accessories that you can. Yeah. I'm just not going there.
Oh no. Oops. Yep. Let's leave that one aside.
But this is the place where you can get underwear and used underwear, dirty underwear in a machine. So I don't know. But this is a thing to me. All bullshit aside, this is a little bit different, because this is now putting AI into a somewhat autonomous form to see if you can get the human interaction to be more human with it, and then have it learn and whatnot. That changes the game in some ways, because now it's just not frat boys on ChatGPT saying, hey, let's see what Laura Croft would look like doing this. You know what I mean?
I wonder what an AI toddler is like when it throws a tantrum.
Oh God, eh? It just locks down your router and stuff, logs you out of Facebook, and
I want it.
Exactly.
just in the middle of a shopping mall, just like on its back, kicking and screaming and wailing.
The fuck do I make 12 digital muffins? It's just.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah. So I think this is really funny. So let me bring the picture up first.
Tell me what you think, guys, in the chat. Campaigners have called for the renaming of the midget pub, dubbing it offensive. Some 700 people would ask for the change by signing a petition, even though the Boozer is originally named after a car. Aberdeen, Oxfordshire saw the construction of various models of the MG, including the Midget, in 1929 until 1979.
Yeah.
In 1974, the Magic Midget pub opened, and its name was shortened to just the Midget in 2000. Well, we just call the MG Midget. We call them a midget. Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
But protest organizer and lecturer in disability and education at Liverpool Hope University, Erin Pritchard, said the pub chiefs should recognise the offence of the term and its implications. Well, actually, Erin Pritchard, I take your offence to your name, which has taken the piss out of the name Richard.
Yeah, exactly.
In front of it, like saying you're Pritchard. Yeah, that's offensive. She also added, midget is a derogatory word used towards people with dwarfism. It's a term derived from the word meaning midge, sorry, it's derived from the word midge, meaning gnat or sandfly, which is dehumanizing. Well, it's not dehumanizing. It's a gnat or a sandfly. How can that be dehumanizing? It's not a human.
Yeah,
it's a fly. Stop dehumanizing flies.
How dare you
people.
insecticide someone or size or that sounds like a new kind of workout, insecticides. Woohoo.
Well, we got a super chat saying let's change the name to Cracker Barrel too. Well, now I actually want suggestions of what the name of this pub should be, and I've got a few ideas in a minute. The origins of that car come from a freak show terminology, which is disableist hate speech and flouts the Equality Act. Get off your fucking horse!
Oh my God! Yeah.
Noted that the owner, Green King, has great opportunities to celebrate the area's car making history by using a more appropriate name, such as Riley or Austin Healey. Riley, well, we use that word for a completely different term.
Yeah, people think it's just a public bathroom for on the highway. The fuck?
However, Green King said, as an inclusive business, we want everyone to feel welcome in our pubs. With this in mind, and given the negative connotations, we are assessing the current name. So they're going to call it Shut Up Bitch. The Shut Up Bitch, yeah. The whining bint.
Yeah. Crusty Panties made us change it.
So any suggestions, put it in the chat, and if the chat's finished and the show's over, put it in the comments. I want to hear some suggestions of what we name this pub.
And I want to add now the fans of the MG Midget car, which there is many in the UK, all tried to show up to show support for the pub. There must have been 1,200 people set off on the journey, but sadly only 4 got there because the rest broke down.
I think we should call it the raging cock and the raging cock and rancid pussy. There we go. How about that? Everyone will love that.
Yeah, cock and balls. It's bowling alley.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to see what you're going to say in the comments later. Can't wait.
Yeah. So, let's say you build a really deep hole in the earth. And after you've dug all the good stuff out, what do you do with these deep holes? Well, somebody's actually figured out a good use, and it's called a gravity battery. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, during the day, you take like solar or wind turbine excess that can't go into the grid. And instead of storing it in a battery, you lift a heavy object into the air. And then when you need the power, you let the heavy object go and it spins a real, a couple of pulleys, massive rotations and stuff, and it gives back the energy.
Yeah, as a generator. I love it. I love the concept. It's brilliant.
Yeah, there's a company somewhere or other, and they got these cranes, and they're lifting these massive blocks, and it works really well. Well, these guys are turning the big shafts that go down into gravity batteries, and these are massive shafts. So this is a great use of an old mine, right? Because what else are you going to do? Store old amateur paintings from public schools around the world? I mean, I don't know. So, but with Earth and shifting and tectonic plates and all that, how long is it that these shafts will really stay true before they get screwed up? I have no idea. I just, I thought it was a thing, right?
Yeah, might go wonky.
Yeah, but here's the idea. Here's an actual diagram, right? So, there you go. I don't know why there's trucks in the bottom. You figure that one out. I wouldn't want to be the guy that sits down there for 7 hours a day going, I don't know if the load's coming or not,
Yeah, it's just a Tesla on auto drive took a wrong turn.
Exactly. But it's a cool thing,
we've got to put all those Cybertrucks somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Brilliant. I want to see it, but do not call the company the Massive Shaft Power Company, because you'll get letters and campaigns against it.
Exactly. Yeah. And never don't comment about those shafts being really dark as you go down. When you think of crybabies, you think of celebrities, right? So do I.
Of course. They always are, yes. Tay says that's a no-no. A student who tracks the private jets of celebrities says Taylor Swift's lawyers have threatened to sue him for sharing her flight information online. Jack Sweeney uses publicly available data to track the takeoffs and landings of planes belonging to the wealthy and post them one day later.
Yeah.
The tracking amounts to stalking, says Swift's lawyers. In 2022, Twitter banned Mr. Sweeney after Elon Musk accused him of sharing his assassination coordinates.
The champion of free speech? You kid me not.
No. Yeah. He doesn't need assassination coordinates. You just get him a Tesla. He'll be dead in minutes. Swift's lawyers have issued a cease and desist letter to Mr. Sweeney, a 21-year-old student at the University of Central Florida, demanding that he stop sharing the location of a private jet. The letter, issued in December, says that the information poses an imminent threat to the safety and well-being of Taylor Swift, calling it a life or death matter for her. It cites numerous stalkers she has dealt with within her career, and says the data gives criminals a roadmap to carry out their plans on this publicly available data that anybody can get hold of anywhere. Those typical criminals who really can't be bothered to do the research and just go to to Twitter to find out the location of their target. They just can't be bothered these days, can they? Assassins have really lost their way.
Yeah. Terrible state.
But yeah, where we're going to go with this? He says, Mr. Sweeney says, nowhere do I intend for harm. I actually think Swift has some good songs. But I believe in transparency and public information. He added that he received the threatening letter after media outlets began scrutinizing Swift's carbon footprint. She's got big feet, apparently. Because Swift topped the list of celebrities with the highest private jet CO2 emissions, and that's not including her first two albums. Yeah. So Tay says no.
Yeah, they were carbon copies of each other, so it even goes deeper.
Hang on, that's good for the aroma, isn't it?
I don't know if it's taking or submitting. Yeah. I'm not sure.
We're going to lock CO2 into Taylor Swift's albums and save the planet.
Yeah. So everybody get rid of those things. Bury them.
Oh God.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna skip ahead a minute because this is I had no idea this was a thing. So what would you do if you were uber rich and just kind of, a little bit sick of mingling with, plebeians? Yeah, exactly. You build a huge wall that's actually a city. This is real.
Yes.
Right now, let me scroll down. And it's not going to play that because I won't let the ads come through. So, fuck you. Yeah. But look at this. right?
Oh, this is the mega project. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what the deal is. Its structure will be 105 miles long, 500 meters high, and 200 meters wide. So it's kind of like a skyscraper that fell over, and they just kind of fixed it and shifted the thing. But they're figuring it's going to be in the billions, and to build a city that can fully support itself and accommodate up to 9 million people. Yeah, and here's another thing. It'll have its own.
Should point out it'll be in Dubai, so there won't be a pub in all those.
Yeah, what a waste of space. But it'll be huge like that. It'll have a marina down there. You see how they got water access and whatnot. And yeah, they're calling it. It's a title that is for the ages and creativity. It's called The Line.
Yeah, that's a line.
Yeah. And here's some construction photos. Like, they are actually doing this. Like, it's not just, here's what we would like to do. Give us money. It's, we have the freaking money. We're going to start now.
Yeah, but who's going to want to live there? I have no idea. See, why did they use this?
Probably has
this
something
technique?
to do with Jehovah's Witnesses and printing books. I don't know.
Why do they do the same thing but build a wall around Mexico, the borders with that? And you can have the Mexicans on one side and the Americans live on the other side. It'd be lovely. And everybody can live together in harmony.
Or Trump will build one, but it's just wide enough for a few lawn chairs and a barbecue.
You can pass tacos through the holes in the wall. And stuff like that,
Yeah. They'll hire Australians to man it because they love barbecue, right? So yeah, this is crazy. That's separatism at its best, Can you imagine it has like an airport on the top, and whatnot? Oh, it'd be crazy.
I've no idea how long they're expected to build this thing, because they're going to run out of their they're not very good records of labor over there. There'll be lots of dead bodies buried.
True enough, but when you watch those big buildings rise up, I wouldn't be surprised that people are already moving into this by the end of the show.
We'll see.
So now this is activism at its best.
Oh yes. Animal rights organization PETA, otherwise known as Petty, urged the largest amusement ride manufacturer in Kansas to end production and sale of animal-themed carousels. Children learn through play, and teaching them to have respect and compassion for all living, feeling beings can help create a more just and merciful world. PETA President Ingrid Newark, otherwise known as Uptight Bitch, said in a press release.
Upchuck.
In the release, the organization argued that animal-themed merry-go-rounds celebrate exploitation. Oh dear, they won't like my merry-go-round of the African slaves, but
Jesus.
Yeah, but they didn't complain about that because they didn't have any animals on it.
I paid them well.
Yeah, they say instead produce figures in the shape of cars, airplanes, spaceships, bulldozers, and other vehicles, all of which are high pollutants and teach children to destroy the planet through CO2 emissions. PETA.
Yeah, so teach them to use the things that are killing the things you're trying to save. Like, it's so dumb. People that own horses spend proper money taking care of them and stuff so they can enjoy time with them and riding them and stuff. This only teaches people or children that you ride horses. I mean, it's not like they have a ride where you walk around stepping on endangered frogs. Fuck.
Oh, hang on. Let me write them down. The PETA president said that the different shaped carousel objects would engage children's imagination of more whimsical designs like shooting stars, rainbows, or brooms, or sorrow. Animals used for rides and other forms of entertainment, including camels, horses, elephants, and dolphins, are confined and in servitude, never free to pursue their own lives and interests.
What the fuck is next with these guys? Somebody's gonna come up with an Apple Vision Pro app where you can fly around your own house as a housefly to see what it would be like, and they're gonna freak out because if you were to actually harness and ride a fly, that would be cruel. Come on.
I'd love to see the curriculum vitae of a camel. So spend most of my life in confined and in servitude. Interests and hobbies. Would love to become an astronaut. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And also, you're talking about animals used for rides. Okay, well, these aren't animals. These aren't animals.
That's
They're
right.
used for rides.
They're fiberglass.
So
Yeah. Basically, these are crashed Corvettes that have been recycled, and trust me, there's a lot of them. Come on,
dear God, such a stupid bloody thing to moan about. Oh.
Yeah, there's an old thing. Fight the fight, fight the real fight, not the argument, or fight. But you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Now,
they don't give a shit about all the real slavery that's happening around the world. With human beings, everything like that. Stop them being. Let's save the fiberglass horses.
so are they going to freak out that robotic, vision impaired helping sea dogs are encouraging people to put other dogs into a life of servitude instead of licking themselves on the couch? It's just
they get to do that as well. And if you give them some peanut butter, they'll let you do it too.
Oh no, Jesus! So now this is something I want to make sure we can show before we go, and it's like a 2-minute video, but we won't show the whole thing. But this guy used a paramotor, so it's like a paraglider thing you sit in with the big wing, except he's got a fan as well. And look what he's aimed at. I've got it turned down because it's like all kinds of annoying. It's just the motor going rawr and whatnot, right? But look at this guy. Imagine how much shit he got in for doing this. You can't just do this, unless he was like allowed to. But look how close he is. I can hear Zahi Hawass screaming right now. Okay, yeah, here, look. He comes in on the top of the pyramid. And on the very top, where it's kind of flattened off, you can actually see that people have like carved their names in, and there's like words and stuff. Yeah.
It says, warning, paragliders above.
Exactly. Yeah. Be careful. There's an antenna up here.
No landing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And see, here they show you here, there's a cool shot of him over the Sphinx. Look, it looks like there's a little plug in the Sphinx head where you could fill it up with flat earth like Smarties, and just to tease the conspiracist out there. And there's one down here. See, that's the top of the pyramid, and you can see, look, it's like carved up. It's there's stuff on it.
Vandals.
Yeah. So I'm going to check it out between now and tomorrow's show. So if I can see if I can find out if this guy got himself in proper, shit, because I'm guaranteed that there's Egyptian officials losing their shit, right? Oh yeah, Okay, so let's see here. Is this like the running of the bulls for those that are
French?
Yeah.
Yes. First appearing in 1914, the Course de Garçon de Café, the waiters race, is being held on March 24th for the first time since 2011, 4 months before the city hosts the Olympic Games. It's the hang on, let me do it right. It's the rebirth of the legendary race, says Dan Lert, one of Paris' deputy mayors and chief of the French's capital water authority, Eau de Paris, which I could have sworn was a deodorant or something.
I thought that was a toilet that backed up.
But he's stumping up 100,000 euros in sponsorship. The waiters will wear white shirt, dark trousers, and an apron, and they each bear a tray with a croissant, a coffee, and a glass of water over a 2-kilometer route through the tight medieval streets of the Marais district. The 200 contestants will start and finish the race at the City Hall by the Seine River. The waiters' race was originally started to highlight this French style of service. These establishments are envied the world over. Yeah, sure. This Parisian way of life. Ooh, smelly. And there's Nicole Bonnet Olage, another deputy mayor responsible for the business. Oh, God. We want the Olympic Games to give a positive boost to the profession of restaurants and waitering, he added. What they should also do is have like an Uber Eats moped Grand Prix as well. Come on, let's bring it up to date.
Yeah, who can get through the Arc de Triomphe with 3 pizzas on the back of a scooter and still deliver it warm? There you go.
Yeah, yes, and deliver it through the Arc on a paraglider.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get that guy to do it. That's what Amazon should be doing for its aerial delivery. Never mind drones. They need dudes with those things so that, you know, when you look up, it's like dudes doing cool maneuvers and, you know, and oh, yeah, you know, that'd be pretty cool. I could get with that.
With a smoke trail from their ankle.
Yeah, you get the Santa Claus effect. They land on the roof and then guy pops down to your door and says, here you go. I hope you needed these tampons.
Yeah, but what are you talking about? He won't come to your front door. He'll just drop them.
Yeah, down the chimney.
Stop.
It's winter. You got a fire going. Boom. Damn, that was the bog roll, dude.
Where's my new puppy?
Yeah. That was half an ounce of grass, you bastard.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Well, he's going to cough for the next 20 seconds. We've got left.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say we should say thanks for joining us, everybody. And we will be doing our big thanks and all in the credits. So good night for now, fellow babies.
Good night.
Boom. And a big thanks to our team here for helping us with everything we do in life on the channel. CF Beauty runs the live chat there and the teams as well. So huge thanks. And we got BME, Shayna Caldwell, PJ CNET, Skits Crasher, and NANA. So thanks, everybody. Couldn't do it without you.
Thank you so much, everybody, all the super chatters and donators to the channel, because it really helps to keep things running around here, and it keeps Dick in, cough medicine, because he's obviously a coffee bastard. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. You must be a subscriber because you're here, and if you're not, subscribe, you silly bugger, so you don't want to miss all the other shows. And don't forget to share the channel, share it out, climb the pyramids, and scroll the shills across the top of it so everybody can see. All the paragliders can anyway, but if not, you can join the Discord and meet us there and talk shit there too. So until next time, you buggers, stay shilly.
Night, everybody.
Bye.